All right then. All right. Let's come back to the thing. And as you were walking towards the next village, taking a bit of your time, not running too fast, as the last day was kind of really hard for you. You arrive at what seems to be a temple to the Green Goddess. What is it that you do? Do you speak with each other? Do you silently continue on your way? Do you have any other ideas what you wish to do?
Kurar, you seem like a man of faith. Have have you ever been in a temple such as this one?
Not particularly myself. More of a different type, but I believe I have business here, and I walk into the temple.
As you walk towards the temple is actually quite big, and it is, well, it was once made out of clean stone, but now it's just grown over by all sorts of plants and mosses, and it's quite green and actually does look quite good. As you approach the temple, there is a priest coming towards you. How may I help you, my traveling companions?
Well, hello there. I am here to inquire about, well, first, for a slight rest for me and my friends here, and second, some matters of the religious sort. I would be very pleased if you were to have us for a short time.
What is the matter, if I may ask? Just guidance with the Green Goddess, or
Not necessarily. I have received a notification that
the bureaucrat, right?
uh, yes.
All right. His office is if you enter the temple in the very back behind the berry bush and to the right. You will find it. It's a small door.
Okay, thank you very much.
No,
I'm sure we can inquire about non-business matters at a later date, but just get to those things quickly, of course.
obviously. All right. And how may I help the rest of your companions?
I'm sure they'd like to have a rest, maybe look around a bit.
Obviously. We will find a place to rest for them. Please, all of you, may I invite you to, well, have, well, what are your plans for now, as we still have a few hours till the sun will fall?
I just realized I was muted. I've been talking this whole time. Oops. It kind of makes sense from my state of mind. I was just absently thinking to myself, coming up with all these great ideas. And I will go up to the guy and say, I have some personal matters to discuss if you don't mind going to a private place.
Obviously, let's head over to the sacred greenberry bush to pray together.
And just before you leave, Green Goddess be with you, but we'll probably be needing asylum for the night. Do you know any place where we could stay? Or would the church give...
The temple of the Green Goddess always has place for those in need of rest.
Great.
That said, there will be a few priests coming out in a few hours preparing something to eat. I am sure they will prepare a bit more if you ask for it. I mean, help is always welcome. And he gives you a slight bow.
Is there a place to leave alms?
Alms? Certainly. You can just place them beneath the green berry bush and, well, it will be picked up at some point.
5 silver there? 5.
Let's head there first, and you get slowly walked into the temple, which is actually also just grass on the floor. This seems to be like a very druidic people living here, and as you walk towards the middle of the temple, you see a big bush with green leaves, very green leaves, and very big berries. And as you head down this hallway, we cut to Kira, standing in front of the door, which kind of all that just says bureaucrat, slightly mossy.
I shall take a very uniform knock of 3 knocks of a equal distance apart of approximately 0.5 of a second at a ample knocking volume, slightly elevating the volume from the first to the second and followed by the third at a once again equal level.
You just hear a kind of defeated, come in, come in. It's opened. As you imagine. As you walk in, well, the temple until now was kind of grassy, mossy, plenty. This is a bureau, and it seems as if a storm has run through it, and there are papers everywhere, just lying everywhere. And make a quick insight check.
Very good. Where have I put my character sheets? Yes, it's hiding behind the YouTube. Insight is nothing. Wait, how is insight nothing? Hold on a minute. That doesn't sound right.
Should be wisdom plus if it's ticked plus 3.
Slight mistakes appear to have been made there. Just correct that.
By the way, why do I not have your character sheet saved? Oh, you didn't save me the final version. Either way.
For God's sake.
By the way,
having a wrong
something you can even notice with the -1 is that guy over there is a bureaucrat and he is overworked. He is sitting there with deep rings under his eyes, and he looks up. How may I help you?
You appear to be in a predicament. Mind informing me as to the nature?
Bureaucracy. Please, take a seat. How can I help you?
Well, I was simply informed that there was a slight issue going on here. A few forms, one form namely,
a fellow
that of
bureaucrat.
B63-ZVK, hadn't been formed out, and I just came along to give you a hand with that one.
BZ, can you please repeat that for a moment? What was
B63-ZVK?
Let me. Oh, that is why not. Why the paperwork isn't getting smaller. Yeah, I will do that soon. Is there anything else besides that very helpful bit of information?
Well, of course, I imagine since I am being provided hostile in this place, I should indeed help you out with such a task, if you would allow me.
I mean, you do not seem like a bureaucrat yourself, otherwise you'd be also drowning in paperwork, I guess.
Well, yes, I'm of a different nature. I'm attempting to branch out into the more work-based side of the bureaucrats.
Do you have filled out the paperwork that asked you to get a how's it called, apprenticeship or whatever it is called? He flips through a bunch of documents. Mister?
I don't believe so. Is this something that you can provide me?
If you have a few spare hours, sure. You know what? You know what? Just have a seat. What am I doing here? I am filing people. Okay. How much do you know about my job here?
Very little.
Okay. Basically, I note down when people get born all over the world and when people die all over the world to send them to purgatory and stuff. And there has been a recent increase of deaths, and I am, as well as every other bureaucrat, I believe, currently looking over that. God, oh my, purgatory must be a hell right now. All right, please take a seat. Yeah. Just he starts working again without really acknowledging you.
Hmm.
Are you sure there's nothing else that I can help you with? I mean, it's unlikely the bureaucrat would send you here with if you don't have any trouble with paperwork yourself.
I don't believe that I have.
A note from the DM. You did get a bunch of paperwork that you are supposed to fill out, it seems.
Did I?
Yes, the note talked about something. All right. As Kira looks over the note, cut back to Erevan, as he is with the priest who now slowly kneels down in front of the greenberry and bows his head to pray.
I will follow him.
Oops, sorry, I missed the top part of that message off.
Oh, good. How may I help you, fellow friend?
And I say with my eyes closed, kneeling down in prayer, I'm in quite the predicament, as you may be able to tell from my attire. I've embarked on my own personal mission quest to become. Can you hear me well? I'm intentionally talking low, but I don't know if it's too low.
I can hear you.
To a paladin, and I will use my channel divinity to use emissary of peace and have a nice symbol of peace. I don't know if there's a universal symbol of peace or a custom one. I'll just flash in front of my shield.
Is there a reason for this? I mean, if you were a paladin, you would be, well, with your fellow paladins right now. I imagine you are not here because of normal reasons. What is the bit of a paladin?
I will open my eyes and take a quick look around. Is there anyone looking?
There is no one around.
And my fellow party members, where are they now?
I imagine, where are the fellow party members of Erevan and Kira?
I'm in the office.
Outside. The book.
Yep.
So they are outside cooking with the cooks. I imagine.
No.
All right.
Perfect.
Or just sitting there and watching. Either way, what is your predicament, my friend?
Oh, I will. I should have thought of it before, but I will reach out, touch him. I believe I can.
You can do what?
Sheet. You can do. Yeah, I will reach out and touch him and say, "Don't be alarmed. I will cast protection from evil I'll cast sanctuary on him." And I will.
He seems confused.
I'm not sure if you recognize this, but either way, I'll take out the dagger. I will hold it. I have a very.
I assume you are here for redemption, my friend.
I am.
Well, sometimes people make mistakes, and only those who repent will be those who will have the curse lifted from them. I thank you for coming to me, my friend, and if the Green Goddess may help you, so may I.
My hand is shaking. The hand is holding the dagger.
What What is the problem with this demonic? Well,
Well, I'm stuck with it, I'm afraid. I've tried.
start with it. Does it
Yeah.
affect you in any way?
I can mostly keep it under control, but I fear I won't be able to. And
You feel it is evil?
it is most definitely evil.
So it would
The
seem.
most primal evil I've seen with my.
And it affects you in a negative way, which also makes you
Temporarily, I believe. I hope.
let me teach you a little technique that I have learned that calms yourself down very easily. And over the next hour, he teaches you a spell which is lesser restoration. And with that, you can calm your own emotions to a point where you are yourself again. My fellow friend, my fellow, I hope, follower of the Green Goddess now, I have a little thing for you. As he slowly stands up and seems to ask you to follow him.
I will definitely do that. I assume I've put the dagger away now. I'm a bit less nervous without having. I'll follow him.
He slowly gets up and walks towards a shrine, opens it, and takes out what looks like a necklace with a little weave at the bottom and a plant which honestly looks quite hideous. It's a grayish bush, very small and kind of sticky. My friend, take this, this little tree, and keep it. And once it grows, plant it. It will not always be this, well, as many may call it, repulsive. It is a gray bush tree, less of them. We give these to those who will notice whether you repent and will grow if you do and die if you don't. Keep good care of it. It will mark your way of redemption. And it will always make people who follow the Green Goddess as well help you, as those who repent must be helped. He bows his head and offers you the grey bush tree.
I'll take it. Is it in a pot or?
It is a little weave which could be described as a pot, but there is no actual dirt in it. It's just weave
Oh.
which, well, contains the roots of this ugly little tree.
I will take it.
It is on a necklace, so you can put it around your neck quite comfortably if you wish to do so.
I will do so. Can I hide it under my armor, or do I have to take it out?
You can hide it under your armor.
I won't do that just yet. For now, I'll keep it.
It's a possibility.
Got it.
All right. I imagine our friends are already starving outside and cooking. Let's head out, shall we?
Oh, I do need some food.
Me too, my friend. Me too. And he slowly walks out with you and reaches the rest of the troop as we cut back to Kira still standing next to the, well, bureaucrat in his room, filled with paperwork.
Ah, yes. Come to think of it, terribly sorry. Not pretty new to this whole paperwork side of thing. I'm more of a documenter of sorts. I
No, yeah.
do have some work I could do with a tad bit of help.
Yeah, okay. Bureaucratic responsibilities. Give it to me.
I hand over the documents.
He looks over it. Shadow. Okay, this is quite interesting. Shadow Group Proclamation. you want to register as a shadow group. I imagine you are working against the conglomerate.
An intelligence mission rather than anything against anyone.
Obviously. Bureaucratic. Well, I will stay professional here. Don't tell anyone about this, obviously. Yeah,
course.
let's go through it. Here. You should be military covered ups. Do you have a name for your group? Because there will have to be one. I can ask for a random name, which we'll put down. However, this could be something you might not be agreeing with. So what is your official name,
Hmm.
if you have one?
May have to consult the group on this one.
Sure.
Oh,
I
that's
would
also
advise to do so in private. Just
indeed.
a little warning. Right
Of course.
here in this room, I am a bureaucrat, so I will obviously keep this to myself. However, if you mention such things in front of a bureaucrat while not on duty, they will not be forced to withhold that information from anyone they see fit. I will do that as obviously the code demands, and yes, we will fill that out later. I assume. Let's get to it. That said, you are from where, if I may ask? As he starts filling it out with.
Of course, the car unity, that would be.
Oh, may I ask you a question from bureaucrat to bureaucrat?
Of course.
What on earth is happening over at your place? Fucking hell, we are swamped with deaths. Ugh. No one knows what happens, and
There was a tad of a
he rubs his head.
let's say. Some minor casualties may have occurred in the form of a large chunk of the capital, and we are currently in a full recovery mode.
Oh god. What happened? What did this? Fucking hell.
Well, from what I've gathered, demons, as it goes.
It had to be what? Sorry.
From what I have gathered, it would be demons.
Demons. Oh god, that doesn't sound very good. All right. Let's go over that paperwork, shall we? And over the next few hours, you fill out the paperwork and please make a Constitution saving throw.
Hmm. The first time I've ever made a Constitution save on a random whim. Interesting.
I just want to quickly say I love you, by the way.
14. Well, as you finish the work, your head throbs and you stand up, fairly confident that you are done now. Only thing you need to fill out is the name. You can request a randomized name, as you know, and he told you how to do it. And after you're done filling it out, just put it in your bag and it will be automatically sent to the bureaucrat for, well, further processing. And as you stand up to leave the room, you leave the room?
Yes.
All right, make a perception check at advantage.
Perception check at advantage. How would I do advantage? Again, sorry?
2d20 K1. And then plus your modifier. 2d20, keep 1.
Very good.
Well, you hear a very audible knock as you start to leave the room, and looking back, he has collapsed on his table and is now unconscious. That guy is serious. That guy is seriously overworked.
Poor man. A moment. Have anything for him? Cyanide pill. have a cyanide pill.
What did you
No.
say?
I was wondering if I could give him anything to help him, and I was looking through my inventory, and I said I have a cyanide pill.
I mean, what do you do?
I'll leave him a healing potion, a basic healing potion, on his desk. I'll
All right.
take one of
As you do
out
that,
of my
you
inventory.
leave the room and I guess join back to your group. And
Indeed.
yes,
Yes, indeed.
indeed. All right. All right. As we cut to the group, well, a short time after Erwin left, a few priests came out to start cooking and gathered all sorts of ingredients from nearby trees, bushes, and placed them all into the bowl and, well, started.
Gil would offer to help the priests, but while he's doing it, he would look for the best berries in the bushes and things like that, and just pocket them. Not many, but like a few, about a few.
Yeah. Make a quick survival check.
Okie dokie. Let me check what was my survival. Got it.
Should be high now.
Yeah. That's 20, not natural.
Yes.
It's a dirty 20.
Berries. So many of them. You get
Only
like
+6.
I mean, you do remember that you gave your little friend Bookworm a few berries, right?
Yeah.
Like you got enough for the next, let's say, 5 meals for him. And also
Okay.
spot a rabbit hopping his way along the sides.
This
Would I
it'll happen
know
while
if
I'm.
the green goddess would agree if I wanted to hunt a rabbit? Would it offend the priests of the green goddess?
Do a religion.
Oh boy.
And he sees the rabbit while I'm still there, right? In there. Where's this
Yes,
That's
you
an
are
happening?
still
11.
there. You are not sure.
When I look at the priests that are gathering the food, are they just gathering vegetables and fruits, or are they also carrying meats?
Make an insight check.
Okie dokie. He come on inside.
I mean, they are only carrying out fruits and stuff, but it seems they are not the ones to run after rabbits, so it could be that they are just not good at hunting, or they are just lazy, or they are just not allowed to by the green goddess. Anything is possible.
Gil will then turn around and light his pipe and just keep helping with the berry and fruit gathering.
And as the bunny hops away, you help with the food gathering, and they slowly start cooking. Drogo, do you want to join in? Okay, make a cooking check. Just a d20 plus your plus, let's say, your wisdom plus your proficiency.
Come on, Nick.
You know, usually you remember that you are actually a good cook. However, as you start pouring pepper into that thing, the lid just falls off and all the pepper into the pot. As you look up, they have not noticed as they were turning their back for gathering a few more things to put in there. So they have not noticed that you have just poured all the pepper into the pot. Can you do what? There is like the pot is like they are making some kind of goulash or soup or something. Right now there's a lot of water, but they are currently carrying like vegetables and fruits there. So yeah.
Can I?
You want to do what into the bowl? Like, it's a big pot of cooking stuff right now. Yes, what is the minor illusion? Mice in the cooking pot.
Maybe it's going to help you, Ratatouille. Hell yeah, man.
as one of the
That's protein, man.
as one of the priests turns around to look into the pot. Oh my! Why have you put the mouse in there? Like, without even skinning it? Is it even dead right now? He looks at it, kind of disgusted.
It's also just motionless because you can't move the minor illusion.
He seems kind of shocked. I'm sorry, just give me a moment because my internet is.
That's a weird thing for a priest to say.
Okay, now it's working. I hope.
Sorry. He is now canon lingo in this world. But
Sorry, I didn't quite understand what you said. You were like a bit silent, a bit not loud enough. I mean, poor thing. I don't make a deception check. Charisma. 11, beatable. Oh.
ooh,
He looks at you suspiciously and make a deception check with your wisdom modifier.
oh right.
No, a deception, you use your proficiency if you have it, and then add your wisdom modifier. Wisdom, because you are doing the minor illusion thing. I should have done that earlier. Check whether he sees through the illusion, but let's do it now because we have a time.
We might. I mean,
I mean, it was kind of a shock, so he didn't really think about it too much. But now that he's thinking about it too much, that illusion. Usually minor illusions don't move, but this minor illusion just slowly sinks into the water and fizzles out of existence. And the priest just looks at it and says, I mean, what do we do now? I mean, it wasn't even skinned.
Oh my God.
What do we do if? Hey, Benjamin, what on earth do we do if a mouse just jumps into the cooking pot? He looks at him confused. You are making this up right now, right? Oh, so you knock over the pot. Fucking hell! Why is my internet today so awful? Eat the pot away. As you kick over the pot and all of the soup starts spilling out. And why did you do this now? Like the Benjamin guy. Why did you do this now? All right, sure, the mouse. Let's fucking hell. Let's just start again. And as he sets up the pot to cook something more, Arathan, as well as Kira, just a few moments later, come out again.
Oh, I'm
All right.
no longer that nervous. I'm actually quite happy coming out. And is there a table to sit? I'll sit at a table and open the book of crafting.
There is no real table, but there there is no table, but there is like a big green place with a lot of grass to sit on. Looks
Yeah,
actually very comfortable sitting there.
I will sit there, and if Artie is anywhere nearby, I will nod at her and see if she wants to come over and read through this crafting book together.
To quickly make a tactical retreat, since if I wait any longer, the house will indeed burn down.
That's a problem.
Okay, totally
All right,
sorry.
but I will be back when that Exol. All right, and with that, the priests start cooking again as Artie and Erevan, I guess, sit next to each other, as I believe Erevan was actively seeking out Artie, as he's probably also sitting there.
Yeah.
We will start reading through the. Or I will. And if I have anything to experiment with, I will make any items today. I assume I don't have the components, but I'll just study the
Artie's
book.
probably got bits and pieces in his bag.
Yeah, we'll use those to
Provide for
like
you if you
make
found anything.
prototypes.
Yeah.
Can Gildren, after food, go and scavenge and try to make a health potion?
I mean, they are like now looking for food again because Drogo yeeted the pot away and there is now no food left. So, but you can ignore the need for help and go and try to find the ingredients for a health potion if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Do a
Screw the
survival.
priests. No one
Do
likes
survival.
religion. Okay. 23.
Ooh, yeah, you find quite a few stuffs you can use for health potion. Roll a 2d4 minus 2.
Come on, double.
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Yeah, you find like enough to make one and a half health potions.
Okay, so I'll take out my herbalist kit and I'll make one health potion.
All right.
That'll take me probably the rest of the downtime that we have.
All right. Go ahead and roll a check for that.
The way the kit work is like tool proficiency plus something else, or is it just the tool proficiency?
It depends on what you're making.
I mean, if you are making a health potion, for simplicity's sake, I just rule right now that you do your dexterity.
Dex, okie dokie.
Dex plus your proficiency if you have it.
I think you have to have proficiency to be able to use.
That's a 15.
A 15. Yeah, you do your work and well, it seems to come out quite nicely. Do a 1d4 plus 1.
4. Plus 1, so it's 5.
Ooh. Plus 1, yeah, that's a 5. Your health potion heals for it heals for 2d4 plus 5.
Oh boy, that's a good health potion.
I mean, instead of the plus 2, you get a plus 5 here. All right.
I'll write down Gil's sexy potion.
Yeah. Yeah, you are quite proud of it. Your first health potion, and it looks good. A very red color, just like blood. This can only be good to drink. Going on, Drogo. They are still cooking again. Make a general charisma check. Just your charisma. They at least don't seem to hate you and say, if you want, you can join in again. Just don't knock over the pot again, okay? All right.
Here comes the second natural.
Make another cooking check if you want to help. A natural 20. Okay. First of all, you were like, this is horrible, but then you like start again and, ooh, yes, this is going great. This is the best food you have ever eaten, and you make it and you feel so proud of yourself. Let's just hope that they will like it. And well, You finish with a very good meal, you believe, although you don't know yet. All right, and with the meal finished, the priest starts taking a uh, wooden bowl as well as a few wooden utensils to pour the soup and goulash into bowls and hand them over to everyone. And well, who takes some food?
We'll take
I'll
a
eat
small
some.
amount of food.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone who takes the food, please make a wisdom saving throw.
What the hell?
Yes, Mango as well.
um, wisdom saving throw. Oh crap! I'm not
Damn, I rolled
proficient
well.
in that.
Also, Mango, please make a wisdom check with your cook's utensils.
22.
No, it's bad. We want to roll both for this.
+5. Do okay, you need to make 2 rolls now. Do another d20 +5. And then make a wisdom saving throw. Uh, well, oh, and what happens is that all of the priests who took a bite of the food, as well as Erevan, are now charmed for the next hour by the food of Drogo. You are now charmed by Drogo. This was the best bite I ever eaten. Look, it's stay good. What? I one and gets up. 3 green.
I believe this meal was
From
You know.
Drogo, he hands you 3 green berries from the sacred green. 3 green berries from the sacred greenberry bush. Just so you know what they do, they both heal you for 2d6 plus 3. 3 of them. 2d6 plus 3.
Man, rolling natural 20s when it counts. Who needs crits in combat? 3 free health potions? Hell yeah.
I mean, that food was just amazing, and I mean, he charmed 3 priests.
I mean, I have to agree, I'm charmed.
The best food ever. The berries? Do a general charisma check.
Can I assist?
Sure. Assist, so you get advantage. I mean, if they were not charmed by you, they would be quite insulted.
Mhm.
But they are charmed by you, so it's fine. And who wants to take more of the food?
I think
I don't think I have an
Geralt has
option.
had enough.
Roll for initiative then.
Oh! Oh, I think I know what's going on. Let me make.
Well, you want to get up and get more food, but sadly the priest already ate all of it.
As soon as I see that, I will just stand back up and try to pretend like I didn't want.
And the priests are, if someone eats something and they eat a lot of it, well, usually your tummy gets a bit bigger. Well, they are fat now. At least to a realistic extent.
I think they're going to have a bit of trouble sleeping today. I think it was worth it. I completely don't mind not sleeping today for that food.
Although, well, only one bowl and not very much of it, as you took a small pot, which
I
you
will
kind of
definitely take
regret
every
now.
opportunity to convince Drogo to make food for us.
All right, and with that, the evening slowly starts to turn to dawn, to turn to night, and you have now your last chances to do any downtime activity if you want. Otherwise, it will be bedtime.
We have some more
Um,
time to do some crafting.
there's
Would be-
something that I want to ask. Is this like a town or is it a church? Like
Oh,
a cloister somewhere?
This is more like a temple in the middle of nowhere.
No, okay. I didn't know, so I was just wondering.
Yes? Go ahead. I mean, it happens. I mean, there was like someone of the priests who like was really good at brewing beer, but well, he was needed somewhere else, so he went away. Although I think we do still have some old beer brewing supplies somewhere if you want them.
Are you talking to the party or to the priests?
So to the party.
Uh, sure. I'll have a beer if you're offering it.
Um, I mean, I would imagine since you have your background, let's give you like enough beer for like this one evening. Other than that, you would have to go somewhere where they actually sell beer because this is like a little church in the middle of nowhere, so you don't really think that they have beer for sale here, per se. Or you can use your downtime to start brewing.
But
Right,
but
you start the brewing process of some beer. Roll another wisdom check at, you know, wisdom plus. It's like cooking. I mean, if you have it, if you have proficiency in that.
will Drogo be just like carrying a barrel of beer around, just like fermenting and stuff?
I mean, I mean, what what you have, Drogo, is like not quite a big bag, but like a small bag of it's basically a barrel, but it's like kind of small and not a barrel, but made of from leather and stuff. So you can have like enough for like 3 to 4 liters. And you start the fermenting process, and please note down an 18 there. And note down brewing beer, first roll 18, as this is a process and you need to, well, do it right to get a good beer. But you are on a good start. You're on a roll today.
Is your dexterity too?
Wisdom.
Oh, that was a wisdom check.
All right. Anyone else want to do some activities before they go to bed? I note
I
down
don't know.
that Gil already has used his action to, brew his health potion. So Artie or Aravan still have like a little time left.
I don't know if Artie wants
Artie
to
would
join me
like
for
to
this,
have a
but I
go
would.
at. Oh, sorry.
I would like to create a small a trinket. Not trinket. I know a small object, not like a full-on magic object, but like a. I know they're for gnomes. They can just decently easily
What
make a
what I,
music object, music box or something like that. I would like to try my hand at one of those.
oh, you
If
want to
they,
like these hand crank music boxes you want to make
yeah,
basically.
or something along those lines. That would be on the book.
Oh, in the book you have, which one was it? How was it called? Um, tell me the name of the book, please.
Probably magic item for dummies, something like that. I should have it written
Yeah,
down somewhere, but I
magical,
don't think
magical, magical tinkering for dummies. Do you ask for some help, or
I won't explicitly ask, but if Artie's there,
is Artie there?
Yes, Artie next to Erevan. Just kind of every now and again keeping an eye on what he's doing.
All right, then you may
Offering
roll at
points.
advantage, and let's say where do we have it? Where have I noted down the book? Because did I note something special down there, or
no, I don't think so. You said they costed a bunch of money to make common magic items.
yes, I think 50 gold was the minimum. Let's
Correct.
just say you start with what you have and don't really get anything special. Just
I know that for in the book for making a music book it costs 10 gold.
oh,
That's
okay.
the gnome ability. I think.
Do you want to make a magical music box or just a normal music box?
Just a normal one.
Actually, you do realize that there are some trees around. Do you want to use some of the wood that you would find there?
I won't chop anything down, but I'll take like sticks off the ground if I can.
Like sticks that are already on the.
Yes.
Do a dexterity check.
Sure. That is something I'm good. No proficiency, right? Oh, not good.
Since Artie was looking over his shoulder and giving you snark remarks sometimes, just roll at advantage.
Still not good.
as you are trying to please. Well,
I'm still thinking about the food.
What you need is a box. What you need is a box, and what you have are sticks. And what you would need, I would like wood planks or something like that, discs of wood, or something you could fashion a box out of. While Artie insists that it is possible, you come to the conclusion that making a box out of sticks is impossible, and you will never try it again, and it is a stupid idea.
No, I will definitely try it again, but not today.
Not till later. Fair enough. And this is what you do for the next 3 hours before
That's fair.
slowly starts taking over. And Artie, any other things you wish to do before going to bed?
Artie would like to try and transfer one of the spells into his book. Possible.
That would take inks, though. Do you have any?
Oh.
We are in the middle of the woods.
Okay, in that case then he's going to start he's starting the process. He's kind of starting to experiment with reading it and trying to work out how he's supposed to move his hands and starting.
All right.
And having a bit more of a read of those ones that he couldn't quite work out what they were to begin with.
Roll a general intelligence check.
$22.
Oh.
Before you tell us what the spell is, could I have a guess of what it is?
What do you mean?
Just out of game, because I think I know what the fourth spell is.
Go ahead.
Is it Chromatic Orb?
Exactly.
Eh.
Either way, as you are taking your time, and I believe you are mostly focusing on the spells that you can actually ritual cast, right?
Yeah, do the two. Because they're
Yes.
not rich.
The two last ones, right?
Yeah.
But the rest you can. And it takes you 1 hour to find out how they theoretically should work. You take 1 more hour to try them out, test them out with limited success. And after 3 hours of work, you are now fairly certain that you can, with this book, now cast all of these spells as rituals. And copying them is now just a case of, do I have the inks for that?
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Well, with a 22, that is what you get.
Need to go shop.
What did you say?
Need to go shopping.
Yeah,
yep.
That is a thing, I guess. All right, and with
maybe
that,
the trees could have
just
ink or
before
something.
Artie goes to bed, he's going to say, "Oh, Gil, could I take your longbow. I've had an idea. I just wanted to have a bit of a tinker with it in the morning, if that's okay.
Sure. I won't be needing it tonight, most likely, and Gil will hand her the longbow.
You can borrow my
Right.
short bow.
Or
That's
him,
gone.
my bad.
And now we have a bandit ambush while you are out the weapon.
I have 2 short swords. I can still, beat people.
I will
Fair
borrow you my short bow while that's gone.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. I don't know. Although I'm just joking right now. Or no, you take his longbow and well, sleep starts taking you over.
Just before going to sleep, I'd like to feed Bookworm some of those berries that I found before. I didn't want to take him out in front of the priests because I don't think what the priests would think of me like carrying around a baby mimic. So if we're like in a communal room with the group
I
or
mean, I guess
something.
you are as they are sleeping in the temple itself, which is actually not like usually in temples you have like rows of places where you can sit and like in the front an altar or something. This temple is here. The only thing you have is like it seems to have a cellar of some sorts where they probably keep their stuff that they just need for work and stuff. However, except that they just have like a big, wide open area with a roof over their heads at some height. A greenberry bush in the very middle of it, just hit by a few rays of sun, and well, they are all sleeping in the grass.
And I will, try to like hide him a little bit to my side and just start popping in the berries and just ask, do you still have the pearl with you?
Well, it and opens his mouth and shows you the pearl.
That's a good boy. And I feed him another berry.
He takes it and he seems quite happy, starting to nibble on your hand again.
And after, I guess, feeding it, I'll go to sleep as well and just.
Yeah. Note then that you lost one portion of the berries.
Yeah, it's fine.
And well, you slowly go to sleep. As soon as Dapper comes back, we will ask him what he will do during the evening.
I have one weird question. Are there any celestial fiends or undead around the thing? Or use my divine sense around the temple? I assume not.
Doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, that's just part of the routine.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Since we're already doing this, then I will try to cast alarm in a 20-feet cube area around everyone. What you see is Gil gets up, gets his pipe, and blows smoke under under him, and the smoke starts just expanding through the ground and making a 20-feet cube, and then it like simmers out, and that's how he casts the spell.
All right. So you want to use your pipe as your
spell casting focus.
Fair enough. Something we didn't talk about, but something that is perfectly reasonably fine going on. As you do that, you now have alarm around yourself. There seem to be no fiendish or celestial things around you. I mean, except the dagger burning in your side, but that is obvious. And
I believe it only picks up creatures anyway, not.
I mean, you would still notice it, as you always do. And well, you go to sleep and wake up early in the morning again with a actually quite well rest. Although everyone does have kind of a headache.
I will just shrug it off and pretend like I don't.
It's not a bad headache, it's just like a little. And one after one, or the other, you wake up and start a new day.
While the others are waking up, I'll toy around with the sticks trying to make them into a plank, but with no success.
roll a quick dex check
I will
at
definitely make it.
disadvantage.
Yeah,
At
that's what I was
disadvantage.
gonna say. Yeah.
I mean, it's falling apart. Then you build it up again, and it's falling apart again. And just when you think you have it, Artie wakes up, and for some reason, you were so entranced in this that Artie waking up kind of scares you, and you drop it, and it's just not working.
I was just like fidgeting more than actually trying
I
to
mean,
have.
making a box out of box out of random sticks is not the easiest task.
I imagine. I've never tried personally.
All right. And as the morning calls, the priests wake up and, well, start going to pray, start to do their routines, and wish you good morning. And
Did I get the name of the priest who aided me?
okay, it's back.
I don't know if you ever mentioned it.
You don't know whether who mentioned what.
The priest who helped me. Did I get his name?
He didn't mention it.
I'll just say
Although
thanks for the help.
he nods, and it is my pleasure to, well, see someone asking to be redeemed. Redemption is nothing to be ashamed of. Redemption should be the gold standard. And he nods towards you and starts to continue.
I will wait around
Make
for a second.
you know what? Make a general charisma check.
Pretty decent those. Ooh, natural 20.
After some hesitation, he slowly starts to turn around and, my friend, may I ask you to follow me for a moment?
Yes. Everyone get ready.
He turns around and, well, shows you into, well, goes through the through the temple with you, and exits at the opposite end of that temple. And then you see there is a kind of big tree standing there as he kneels down in front of it.
I will do the same.
It is a obviously very strong tree, and well, it has bright green leaves. And can you tell me what this is? My friend, it is a greybush tree, just like the one you have around your neck.
Yeah.
And it is
This was much more beautiful.
Well, I had a whole life to nourish it.
Eventually, one day, mine will be like this. Or
One day, my friend. One day, my friend. And I am sure with your strength, which I can't say it didn't go unnoticed, with your strength. you know that
I know what he means.
I know it. Yeah. With your strength, yours will be much more green and much more strong than mine will ever hope to become. So yes, I hope that I will see you again, my friend, and I hope that your tree will have grown by then. Oh, and a little word of advice. Plant it not too early. Plant it once it starts getting a burden to carry around, and, well, once it starts growing, well, it's your thing what you do with it. I've heard that some have decided to cut down this tree and fashion things out of them. Like, I don't know. I heard that some fashioned weapons out of them, and apparently this material should be very powerful in the hands of those who planted them. But I don't know. I don't plan to cut mine down. Either way, I thank you for listening to an old man ramble about his past, I guess.
I need it. And I will take his hand and kiss it, and then leave.
Why so formal? Have a good time. And may the green goddess guide your way. He bows
Yeet.
down and waves you goodbye as you leave. And I
I'll lead
imagine
everyone back to the town.
the whole crew is up and ready to continue the way. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, Artie just hands back the longbow. You'll find that's a bit better now.
Thank you. What exactly should I write down?
+1 to attack damage, and you don't have to put ammunition. So if you ever get to do 2 attack, you can do 2 long.
Since this is a longbow, this doesn't apply necessarily because it doesn't have the loading property.
But you
I
don't have to
believe.
go around picking up your shots afterwards.
I think that I've got it here. Repeating shot. Oh,
Yeah,
is that
that's
it? Yeah, I'll just put it on the chat so that everyone can read it, I guess.
And you can note that down besides your longbow.
Okay.
As he hands him the longbow, look at my sticks. I feel somewhat ashamed.
All right, continuing. I imagine you are on your way back to the back to where? What
To the
was
town.
to the town, to the Adventurers Guild, I believe.
I will pass by the inn where we.
Right.
We have something to pick up.
Well, you find a carriage again. They take you back to the Adventurers Guild as they refuse to set you down anywhere else.
Oh.
And well, they set you down at the Adventurers Guild, and well, the day is yours.
I have some things to take care of in. What was the tavern we were standing on called? Whatever that's called. I have some business to take care of there. You guys have an hour to run some errands if you all would like. Or you can follow me.
Also, you did, I imagine, on the way pick up the severed hand, right?
That's what I was going to do at the tavern. I have no clue where he left.
He did tell you in a sending message that he left it somewhere on the road, and you picked it up, and well.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then forget I said anything. Let's just go to the adventure.
You are in the Adventurers Guild with the severed hand in your hand.
I will. There was a receptionist, right? I have to go to her.
And as you move up to the receptionist, before you can say anything, she just looks up. Oh, I believe you were called, for there is someone who wants to talk to you, if it isn't a problem.
All of us?
I guess. At least he didn't specify.
Oh, we can go in.
So he will be down there, and she points towards the door.
Should I knock?
Well, do you walk? Well, I don't know. Probably.
Okay, I will
polite.
go there and knock.
You hear a somewhat grumpy, "Come in," and please roll a quick intelligence check.
All of us or just Revan?
Just Erevan.
With my mighty plus. Oh!
You know that voice. And as soon as that voice starts to sound, you immediately feel blood rush into your hair, into your head, and your heart goes quicker. And well,
Right. I'll
come
shake
in.
my
What
head
are
for a
you waiting
second.
for?
And I will walk in.
Does anyone else follow him into the room?
I'll follow him.
What does
Anyone
this person
else?
look like?
Well, first, who wants to follow Erevan into the room?
No, Archie's gonna wait outside.
Yeah.
All right, and yes, and as you enter the room, we will continue here as soon as Dapper is back, as I believe that he might be interested in, well, the events as well, to an extent at least.
Why did Dapper leave, anyways?
What did you say?
He went to stop his house burning down.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
crap.
think he pulled some stuff out of the oven. That should have been like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. I believe he should be back any minute now. We can like write him real quick, I guess, but yeah. Let's give him like 5 to 6 minutes to like come back. Yeah, yeah, right. That is something that we will also need to deal with.
If we have a moment,
But
I
you know
will
what?
leave to do something real quick. If that's okay with everyone.
Okay, come back in 6 minutes and everything will be fine.
I'll wait outside with Artie, and I'll be, inquiring about the new bow because I haven't used it yet, and just getting the, I guess, the rundown from Artie on how it actually works.
All right. Also, you don't have a natural 19 on all perception checks anymore.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I have a little. I only have +6.
A little +6. It's not a lot.
And my passive perception is still 16, so I'm not bad.
Not bad, but
It's not a 19 anymore.
I don't think that I will consider it as much as I have considered a 19.
Yeah.
Before. All right, Dapper, where are you?
Hopefully he didn't burn anything important. I mean, if you leave something in the oven for too long, and it burns, then it smells very, very, very bad. So yeah.
He did say that he has to take it out in like 40 minutes, and it was 40 minutes, so yeah.
Does the magic ammunition from the repeating shot count as a magic weapon, or does it still count as martial? I guess that because it doesn't say it should only be normal damage, no?
Give me a moment. This magic weapon grants +1 to attack and damage rolls made with this, and ignores the loading property if it has it. It produces its own, creating one piece of magic ammunition. Vanishes. So I imagine it just works like a normal crossbow. It is still it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. It just got a +1 now, and it makes its own ammunition.
If the crossbow had already a +1 from other stuff, then it doesn't get a +1, I believe.
Yeah, I don't
know. Either way, I have an important question that might be relevant soon.
Yeah.
You said you gave me lesser restoration.
Yes.
But that is a level 2 spell. And I cannot cast those at this moment.
Čekáme na někoho.
Is that so?
I'm a filthy multiclasser.
Oh, right. When will you be able to cast that?
At next level.
At next level. All right. Let's say for the time being, you can cast Lesser Restoration at yourself at the cost of 2 level 1 spell slots.
Okay. Then I will do that as soon as we get into them.
Yeah. To calm yourself down, basically.
I don't particularly care if it has an effect. That was just about what I would do on reaction.
Okay, Dapper is taking his sweet time.
Maybe his house actually burnt down.
I hope not.
Yeah, we'll...
Is there anything else that should be done before, Dapper is back? Any other interactions that could go over that could happen.
Maybe we could do the signing of the paperwork for the.
Oh yeah, right. There was like a name that was supposed to be picked.
Right.
Did
We
we have
still
a
didn't do
name?
that.
I mean, I guess he would have told you, and you know what? Actually, I will just I guess you will do this during the campfire in the evening,
Yeah, that
and
sounds like.
and I mean, you can do it like in session now or like later. You can discuss now, but like hashtag group name is just for the group name, and after we have a group name, it will be muted. Also, this is for bureaucratic reasons, so yeah.
Did we also need a group name for the like, Adventures Guild?
Yeah, you believe that
Yeah, I thought we did.
as soon as you have your first contract done, you might have to need one.
So we didn't give them one yet, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Erevan and the boys. Yeah.
Interestingly, there is no girl here. Like
Exactly.
at least discounting
Uh,
the real persons.
Yeah.
And while I have not yet asked Fredbot what his preferred pronoun is, I believe that you know.
I mean,
Well, excuse me, but I happen to know that it's an it. So, you know.
Oh, that's good to know. Are you two friends? Do you know each other?
Yeah, we talk all the time. The other
Ah,
day, we sat down and played some backgammon together.
ah.
Yeah,
And you just talk
of
and nothing
course, we
else.
talk all the time. We talk all the time, and
Obviously,
I beat him.
just talk. And
It's just,
there's nothing more between you.
yeah, it's usually more about me talking, and he's just a very good listener, you know.
Ah, okay. Um. All right.
we could call ourselves something in Elvish to sound extra pretentious. I'm not sure.
Since Deppa is failing to show up since the last 6 minutes, I guess we will just continue right now. And
I'll stay outside.
since Aravan is the only one entering the room, let's just say that
Drogo is going in as well, I think.
oh, Droga is going in as well. All right. Either way, I will just say that Deppa will have the pleasure of having the choice whether he wants to go in or not taken from him. So let's continue with only Drogo following
We are
Aravan
recording
into
the session, so he could look over the recording.
Fair enough, but he cannot interact.
Yeah.
At least for now. All right, continuing. You enter the room, and what you see is a very strongly built man standing there behind a table. And on his desk, there is something that looks like a wine glass filled with a red liquid. Oh, Aravan. Long time no see, my infestation. How have you been? And I have seen you have made new friends. Why don't you introduce them to me?
So Drogo, this is a very big dick.
This is what you call me now? I mean,
It's your common name, I believe.
no, it is not. You know my common name. My name is
Yeah, I may
Carnage.
have
You
not been paying
remember me.
attention during my infernal
Ah,
classes.
obviously. Well, your dislike noted, but still, I invested in you, and it seems you have made quite the use of your investment, of my investment. I mean,
Quite the waste of your investment,
oh
if I may
please,
say.
oh please, oh please, oh please. I'm not doing this so you can save people. Doing this so after you die, I get all of what I invested back and more. I mean,
You don't seem to understand how human societies.
you will die eventually.
Yes, but people like when you save. People don't like it when you go into a frenzy and kill a bunch of goblins.
It saved your friend, didn't it?
not entirely sure why they're still with me.
I
But
mean,
in
by the
spite
way,
of you, I managed to smooth that out.
I guess so. Although I have made the how do you say it? The acquaintance with humans, and they don't seem to care if you are on their side when you fall into a carnage, into a rage. He takes a sip from the red liquid.
How old are you?
How old am I? How old am I? That's actually a good question. When did I see you last time? Was it like 3 weeks ago? A year ago? A century ago? I mean, time is such a fickle thing. I mean, how can you guys keep up with it? I mean, I don't know.
I guess that explains why you seem to not be a very good strategic plan.
Why do you think that?
Yeah.
To be fair, I live for the fight and not for the think.
That is
As
very apparent. Very apparent.
well, I take this as a compliment, my friend. Well,
Actually,
actually,
I will tell him something in Infernal.
all
And I will
right,
just message you what I say.
all right, go ahead. What you hear is some demonic screeching out of Augustus' mouth.
I'm very, very quietly. So
I mean,
Drogo can, if Drogo understands Infernal by some chance, he would.
I mean, it is still like demonic screeching. So
Dodged a bullet there. I mean,
what is happening in the background there? Give me a moment. I'm quickly looking up what the languages Drogo does know. Oh, okay, you don't know Infernal. So you're planning something interesting. I guess
I mean,
I won't interfere too much. Don't worry. I'm just checking up on how my vestment is doing, whether it is growing, and at the moment I am very happy with how he turned out. Maybe I will get even more than I expected. I mean, I must say those devils are onto something there, but they are
if you
also
keep sending me into
boring.
rages, you definitely won't get what you expect. I'll say. This is back in column.
I mean, it did work out for you to an extent. And
No, it didn't. It most definitely didn't.
whatever you say, maybe you just need to drink a bit more blood to understand this. But yeah, well,
I
actually,
will
that is a little hint I can give you. Drinking the blood of those and bathing in the blood of those is you defeat in an honest battle is quite refreshing. Not that you would know anything about honest battles, but either way, anything else that
What do you know about?
well, I found stab them in their back as
The back? The most and I will
well,
just walk out of the room.
and how may I help you, Drogo Aravan's friend? Do you?
I will drag you along with me if it looks like you're not coming.
All right, fair enough. You hear some demonic screeching from him, which kind of sounds like a chuckle. And in demonic, he says something which only and finally let only those see, and it is a spoiler, so chicken funnel. Otherwise, don't. The room is empty again. Well, not empty again, but you are not there anymore. So yeah.
Just, I guess that while we're waiting outside with Art, it's going to be like nice weather we're having.
Yes, very, very weathery. Very weathery indeed. Do you want to play a game?
Sure. I'm good at dice.
Oh, it's not dice per se. See, I've been working on these wind up thingies that they like you wind them up and they fight. Do you want to? The last one kind of exploded, but we can try it again.
Sure, I'd be up for that. How does the game work?
Artie pulls out these two little wind up figurines. One of them looks a bit like a dragon, and the other one's more sort of, I don't know. It's kind of been put back together again a bit quick, and they just both have keys on the side of them, and you wind them up and put them on the floor in front of each other, and they just bash into each other until one of them falls over.
Gail will probably take the lame one.
Awesome. We do that.
So you say that I spin this little key and it's going to start moving.
That's it. You just wind it up and let them go. It's a bit. Did you ever play Beyblade?
That game is now canon in this world, by the way.
Make a D20 history check.
Okay, I'll make a D20 history check.
Yeah, just a D20 history check is interesting.
Oh wait, yeah. Gil, with his passive perception, while he's
Artie,
doing this, he probably heard me in Inferno.
Artie as well, by the way. Artie as well, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just as you're getting ready to throw these, you hear me say a phrase in Infernal.
I understand abyssal, not infernal. Sad.
Wait.
15.
You think you have heard about the game called Bablade once, and it's like it's kind of like this, but not like this cool. It's something the kids play, the boring kids played. You know, the nerds.
I think Artie would fall with the. Well, whatever. Gil will start winding up the toy and let him fight. Be right back.
Right, both
DM,
of
do you
you-
want us to roll something for who wins?
I mean, there's some luck involved in it. You can add half your dex modifier.
Okay.
By the way, how do you flag something for spoiler? I am failing to do so dramatically right now.
No, you can. If you just attach an empty text document, you can flag this spoiler, right?
I mean, wasn't there like a thing where you can just like do a thing and then like you have a spoiler there, so not everyone can read it?
I mean, I managed to do it. Oh no, that's never mind. I'm thinking of something.
Either way, I will just send it to those who can speak Infernal. Okay, anyone here can speak Infernal?
I spell abyssal, but that's a different language, so
Not quite.
it has the same writing though.
According to Google, type the message, but before you send it, highlight it and right-click, and you should be able to select it as mark as spoiler.
Yes, that's what I'm trying, but there isn't no such thing as mark as spoiler, sadly. Either way, let's just continue, I guess. It's just not working. Let's just continue, I guess.
I have only one of us.
Gildren, you got to roll.
Yes.
You got to roll. Half
Oh, what
your
should I
dex
do?
modifier. Half your dex modifier plus a 20.
Okay,
I mean, there is some skill involved in it, so
that's a 12.
Aha!
well. Well, Artis
Artie
just
got
seems
6.
to be more lucky. I mean, there's some
Yeah,
skill
I mean,
involved in it, but you know, it's still a big part of luck. And yeah, understanding how this game works will help you increase your um, dex modifier that you can use. But for now, it's just this, sadly.
well done, Gildred. That was a good first try. I'll don't worry, I'll take all the pieces back and fix it again. Next time I'll try to make sure it doesn't explode quite as spectacularly as
My great warrior, you have fought in battle.
Well.
But no matter. Here, you
I'll
can
try
you
and
can
make
have
it look like a mimic next. Would you like that?
Sure, and I'd love that. We'll have a mini bookworm and bookworm.
I'll make you that sometime.
You
That
hear
reminds me.
you hear quite squeak out of your backpack as you speak the name Bookworm.
I, when I hear the squeak, I put a berry in the backpack.
You hear like a sign, and then a happy squeak, and then silence.
So I take it Erevan has come out already, no?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
So-
I'm fascinated by the remains of the robot.
How did the talk go?
And what you heard as Aaron walked out is demonic screeching, which is just infernal for you.
What was that?
I assume you can imagine.
I'm sorry, my internet lagged for a bit. Could you repeat what you said?
Me or him?
Both of you.
Okay. As he comes out of the room, there is some demonic screeching coming out of the room, which is just infernal for you. Infernal just sounds like demonic screeching.
Yeah, maybe it's time to clear something up, because if he's a demon, he actually speaks abyssal, not infernal. I might have gotten that mixed up in my character stuff. It's devils that speak infernal.
Oh,
It's a weird difference.
Either way, then it's abyssal, and then I guess someone would understand it, right?
I'll change my character sheet real quick.
Yeah. And I guess Gil is gone, but I will just send him to him because he said something about him speaking abyssal.
Yeah, he did. Not entirely sure. Anyway.
All right.
And I'll
Hey, Gil, better now?
Oh.
On Mirek? You good now? Okay.
What happened?
You hear the demonic screeching, which is abyssal, which you understand.
Wait,
I
really?
misunderstood.
I understand what Infernal and Abyssal are different
It's abyssal.
languages.
It's abyssal.
It's Abyssal.
Because
down the
demonic.
Okay, so
Yeah. Mistake there.
And actually, yeah, fine. I'll send you this. I really don't want to do this, but it's only fair.
so what's our course of action?
And before, I'll send you what I said in Abyssal.
I mean, he
was
wasn't there in the
before.
room, so he wasn't there in the room.
He has like 19 passive perception.
I don't have it
no.
anymore. I have 16
Oh, you
now.
can.
Also, the door was closed and stuff, so.
Yeah, I was too busy playing Beyblade.
Okay, dodge the bullet.
Either way, going on. As you leave the room, you still have a hand in your hand.
Me? Or what?
Yes, you.
Wait, what do you mean?
You still have a hand in your hand.
The hand of the scientist. I thought that Vio had it.
I assume I wouldn't have had it on my hand. I was just like keeping it in my backpack. Sorry.
Sure enough.
That hand, I got it. Yes. And I will go up to the receptionist and say, finished our first quest. Where do we report?
Here. All right, you finished your first quest. Can I see like the proof of death?
Do you need it? And I will start reaching into my bag.
Sure, go ahead.
Quite uncomfortably. And pull
I
up
will walk up to the receptionist and say it's quite gruesome.
She takes it, looks at it, raises an eyebrow. She's still the Dragonborn, and well, I guess this will do. What was it? Yeah, 25 gold each. I can see the 5 people. Yes, 5. So here she reaches into a bag and into a box and picks out 5 bags, 5 little purses, and distributes them between all of you. 5 bags. Yeah, 25 gold each. Here you go. All right. Also, I would need to ask you for the name of your team again, as this is something that must be noted down right here, so we can send it to the bureaucrat and stuff. You know the drill with the bureaucrat.
I would say that we would have probably come up with that on the walk. But we didn't have time in game, so we'll do that later.
Yes, you told her right now, and well, let's continue. All right, that is this, I believe. All right. And as you now leave the the Adventurers Guild, I believe, you head out, and with that, for the players, for the characters, nothing happens, but for the players, we have a little to be continued button in front of us as we are reaching a time to finish it for today.
Okie dokie.